Hi, welcome back to channel, TrainStation 2. Alright, this is Train Tycoon again. Why not they just extend that Seaport event? Wouldn't it be better? Don't you agree with me? Alright, so we opened a 3-star container. Unfortunately, we didn't get another legendary, but rather a rare. But it's still alright, still better than common, of course. With the preparation work need to be done in less than about 10 hours or so, we'll be having another Train Tycoon, which is a mini event. I think by now you should be familiar that basically it's an event that asks you to do a few things. One, train upgrades, two, building upgrades, three, deliveries using a certain train types, four, click on some whistles, and then maybe five, sometimes they may ask you to complete jobs. So generally these are very mundane and routine kind of mini event that Pixel Federation just keep on pushing out every time in between major events. But I'm quite disappointed in the fact that the Seaport event ended so fast. In a way, the technical glitches was causing us a delay, and I was hoping that actually Pixel Federation could have extended the Seaport event by another 1 or 2 days, which is the duration needed for this mini event, which they can easily just extend that for the sake that the fact they have already caused a delay because of technical glitches. It's really sometimes not that generous, don't you think so? Why would you not allow us to have more time to play the Seaport event and claim more of those event Seaport coins to get the train? Also the fact that the remaining 3 jobs you can see here is a waste of space. They can't do anything about it, and you don't just keep on hanging over there. So it's some kind of like a strange programming, or a very poor programming already. Some sort of a better word to describe. It's just bad programming. Alright, so do remember to do your ship trade as usual, because ship trade will give you blue maps, and of course along the way sometimes they give you other color maps and gems as well. So all this is important. Blue maps, you know, is always short. Money, also called the gold as well, is always short. So collect gold every 4 hourly. Do ship trade whenever possible, but not in the midst of a competition, alright? Because you'll be having struggles to do competition and yet you do ship trade. It may be a bit difficult for you. So in preparation for this mini event, I think this is not new. I think this mentioned this countless times. But if you're new to the video, let me just give you a quick summary of what I normally do. I'll just try to collect all the items I could fit into the factory. Make sure those that takes longer time to produce, I'll try to do them first, so that they will be in the output tray waiting to be collected, whereas those others which I wanted to convert back to the raw material, I will put into the factory. Anyway, production will stop, and eventually those input tray will not be processed. What I could do is I could actually cancel the order and get back the raw materials. Okay, so that's number one I would normally do. Two, I will try to do all the jobs I possible waiting to be collected, because that's one of the things you need to do in this Train Tycoon, which is collect, also called complete job. Alright, so that will be in standby. Number three, have sufficient parts and coins ready to upgrade your trains, because that's also another thing that they'll ask you to do. Building upgrade likewise, if you're possible to do it, hold it back, or you can get the items ready when it starts. You can actually do that as well. So these are the few things I normally would need to do. Along the way, continuously upgrade of your buildings is important, because they give you good population and hence opportunity to increase the warehouse spacing. This whole train station game is generally about logistic management, having good capacity, good in terms of the trains, and of course good large fleet, good warehouse capacity. With that, you'll be the king of train station, because generally ones with the highest capacity train will make the fastest delivery with the least number of dispatches. One with the huge warehouse will be able to store all that you wanted without a worry about warehouse spacing. And of course, not wanting to say this, but I think those people who are actually on Android, you're really lucky. Android platform allows you to play revenue affiliated games to Pixel Federation that they sponsor, hence giving you gems. But for Apple player, unfortunately, you'll be like me, we won't be able to generate gems from the games that we play because there isn't such an opportunity to do so. There are certain city surveys, but the city surveys has already gone away so far. Those city surveys normally will give 2 to 4 gems or so, but now it's no longer available. So that is one way to earn gems. And of course, people who are really they got nowhere to spend their money, they can actually buy gems and support Pixel Federation to develop the game further and enjoy the game while giving us the opportunity to enjoy it too, because we are free to play. Alright, so event passes, never buy them unless you are secured the last item. Then you should buy if you really wish to, is to get the last reward. Otherwise, buying event passes is a waste of money. Alright, so in Netherlands, something really interesting will be this, definitely this. With this sand deposit, we can make those glass. So that is the only item that always I try to make in advance, besides the copper. So both items need time, but now the factory not only contain copper, it will contain glass, so both of the items is needed. The rest of the items, I will urge you to make those that is like 1 hour manufacturing time. So these are the things that you should do in advance. Okay, so as and when I will ever have 100 keys, I will try to get my missing legendaries, but every time disappointed. But that's perfectly fine, it's expected. Alright, getting a legendary is like hitting a jackpot in a way. That's not so easy. Alright, so sometimes if you're really lucky, keep on getting legendaries, then you thought it's that easy. No. Alright, so I was once, I think in region 3 or 4, I got multiple legendary after legendary using 100 keys. It was so lucky, but ever since then in multiple regions I've never experienced such a thing. Alright, so this is depending on probably a glitch or whatever they call it, or opportunity window that they open it to allow you to get the legendaries. Otherwise, getting legendary is really something that probably you can only get it subsequently when you pass that event through the Seaport event itself. That's why I was emphasize that Seaport event is so important. Once or twice a year you got opportunity to get those missing legendary, which I've got in mine in Germany. So can you imagine that I'm currently in the region 7 and I'm still having missing trains in region 2. So in Germany, I'm left with 1 epic. We're probably going to get it from the next Seaport event. Then I would have completed collection in region 1, 2 and 3. But I still have missing in region 4 and 6. So these are the 2 other regions I'm going to work on. And of course region 7, but probably when the next Seaport event happens, I may or may not have crossed over to region 8 already. So that would mean that we need to work really hard for the region 2 Germany, region 4, region 6 and probably 7 if I couldn't get all of them in the current region which I'm in. Alright, so I think I've still got 2 more legendaries to be collected, but again it's really like hitting jackpot. It's really tough. Alright, so this blue maps are really a pain. You will need to continuously be hardworking to work with that greedy captain to get those blue maps. Otherwise, getting building upgrades is almost impossible. And some of you may have asked, why not 4 buildings, why 5 buildings? If you put 4 buildings out instead of 5 building technique, when you cancel away the job for the 4th job or one of the job you can't do, it will take a while to generate again. So it is not the most efficient way to do so. Always lay out 5 buildings, because once you cancel it, you will go to the 5th building. Alright, so that's how it works out. That's why it's important to have 5 buildings laid out. And why not 6, 7 or 8? Well, apparently I don't know, but that's the way they call it, the 5 building technique, because there's only 4. There will always be only 4 maps requests every time. So that's why the 1 extra building is for it to basically generate a next one for you when you cancel the 4th one. Alright, so that's it. I'll always have this 5 building technique here laid out with all the low levels building. surrounding the special building in the center, or wherever way you want to lay it out. Right, so that's just for fun of it. But of course, I think it will be a beautiful landscape once we have all those upgraded, and once again we laid the full city full of beautiful buildings. But as of now, I'm still working hard to upgrade it. Probably that will only happen in many months later, whereby we have a good warehouse spacing, and I think I'm tired of it, of doing all those building upgrades. Then probably I'll lay out all the buildings to show you. But as of now, no, I'm still working really hard for the 5 building technique to increase my warehouse spacing. Alright, wish you all the best in the coming mini event. Goodbye, thank you for watching.